So a full Nintendo Direct leak that has games on it have been recently released, as well as Smash DLC for Fighter Pack 7, which we just got a Smash Bros DLC ad appearing on Twitter too. I mean, one can only hope, right? Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the Robo-chan Show, where we cover the latest gaming news, leaks, and rumors from Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo in 2020 and beyond. If you want to be kept up on the latest gaming news, make sure you click that red subscribe button below this video and that notification bell so you know when I upload. In this video, we're going to go over some new Nintendo Switch leaks that have appeared about a week or two ago if I recall, but I didn't really pay too much attention to them at the time. That is until recent reveals and games coming out, so let's take a look at this ridiculous Nintendo Direct leak and see if it has any credit. And we'll also be talking about some very good news from Metroid Prime 4 as well. Now, Nintendo has been on a pretty good roll lately when it comes to setting up expectations on the Nintendo Switch. They have been giving us tons of new Nintendo Switch games to look forward to, like Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter Story, two games that look very fun to play. They also revealed Pikmin 3 for November, which will be my first time playing it, and a lot of other Nintendo Switch games that have already been released, like the Super Mario 3D Collection. And not to mention 2021 Nintendo Switch games like Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. But could Nintendo be setting up for something else, and could that rumor about Nintendo being more aggressive starting in September be true? It certainly would be a great thing for Nintendo to set up Nintendo Switch in 2021, because even though we have a lot of Nintendo Switch games for the rest of 2020, I'm kinda curious as to what's beyond Nintendo Switch 2020 going into Nintendo 2021. And if you're wondering the same thing, a new Nintendo Direct leak has appeared and may give us an answer. Now usually these wouldn't get my attention because you usually expect these Nintendo leaks to be fake, but there are a couple things on this list that really make you wonder. And one that makes you think this Nintendo Direct leak is ridiculous, as well as a questionable game on this list. But anyways, let's get into this Nintendo Direct leak. So first up, this Nintendo Direct leak says that there will be a Nintendo Direct on October 8th, 2020. So as Nintendo likes to announce these Nintendo Directs on Monday, if this leak were true, we would most likely see it announced on October 5th. The first game on this Nintendo Direct leak is WarioWare Switch It Up. WarioWare is one of those games that hasn't really gotten too much love from Nintendo in a very long time, despite there being a huge fan base for it. I'm actually kinda surprised that we haven't gotten any huge WarioWare games on the Nintendo Switch. And next up we have Pokemon Sword and Shield: The Crown Tundra. Now this doesn't have a release date yet, which I find really odd and could mean there's still a lot of work to be done on this DLC. So the Nintendo leak for the release date is really weird, with the release date being November 27th, 2020. I would think that if there is no release date yet, it's taking a bit longer to produce, and the release date would be maybe in December. And next up is a game that's a bit iffy, not because of the game itself, but because of the name they used. So remember when I talked about recent releases that make you wonder if there's something to this October Nintendo Direct leak? Well, recently Nintendo has accidentally listed Kirby Fighter 2 onto their website, which is weird to say, but Nintendo leaked their own game. Now later they released the game, and the fact that this is on the Nintendo Direct leak, even though it says Kirby Power Rumble after the Direct, makes you wonder if there's something to this Direct, but also makes you think this is fake because it's the wrong name. And the second part says after the Direct, which it's already released, so that makes no sense. Now on the flip side, you could always say that the game was planned and the accidental listing did make them release Kirby Fighter 2 early, since we are pretty close to this leaked October Nintendo Direct, so you could say that too. And next up we have Dragon Quest Anthology with the release date of December 14th, just in time for the holidays actually. Now the word anthology in the title makes me think it's going to be some kind of bundle. Seeing as the definition of anthology is a published collection of songs or poems, this could easily translate to a collection of published Dragon Quest games. And next up we have literally what everyone in my chat when I was streaming that mini Nintendo Direct wanted, and that's Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout for the Nintendo Switch, and according to this Nintendo Direct leak, it'll be available after the Nintendo Direct. Now Fall Guys has become immensely popular, so we just don't have a release date for the game yet, so October 8th could be the release date for Fall Guys on the Nintendo Switch. And next up we have Game Boy games coming to the Nintendo Switch Online service. Now interesting thing about this is that Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver trademarks were just renewed, leading people to believe that those games are coming to the Nintendo Switch. Now Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver did release on the Nintendo DS, but the original Heart Gold and Soul Silver did release on the Game Boy. So don't get too excited, but hear me out. What if Nintendo plans on putting these games on the Nintendo Online service? My god, that would be really amazing to have these games on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, I'd rather own them, but still having them on the Switch would be great. right, even if it's on the online service. Now this Nintendo Direct leak says it's coming after the leaked Nintendo Direct, so if this is true, I would definitely be playing it right away. And next up we have Smash Bros. Ultimate Challenger Pack 7, which it says Crash Bandicoot is going to be the next one that's going to be revealed, which will be demonstrated by Sakurai after the Direct. So why exactly is this significant, and why does this give this Nintendo Direct leak some credit? Well, recently an ad for a Smash Bros. DLC character has appeared on Twitter, which the picture should be on the screen right now. Now there is something about this ad that goes against this Nintendo leak, which I'll get to that when I talk about things that go against this Nintendo leak. And next up we have Super Mario 3D All-Stars Super Mario Galaxy 2 DLC. Now this is a biggie for a lot of people who wanted Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the Nintendo Switch. And I gotta say, I can already see a lot of people getting angry that they didn't include this in the original bundle if they released it so close to the Super Mario 3D Collection release date. Now again, this is if this becomes true. Now this Nintendo Direct leak says it's coming on December 18th. And next up we have Persona 5 Scramble, which hasn't come to the West yet, but at the end of July there were reports that saying it was still being planned to come to the West. And in this Nintendo Direct leak it says Persona 5 Scramble will be hitting the Nintendo Switch on January 8th, making it another 2021 game. And moving on to the more questionable games, we have Grand Theft Auto 3. Now this is a weird game to even put on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, why not GTA 4 or even GTA Online? There are a lot of other games that Rockstar has that they could choose instead of GTA 3. I just don't see it happening personally. And then you get to this Nintendo leak's Shining Crown, the game that we have all been waiting for, the sequel to Breath of the Wild 1, The Legend of Zelda Breath of Evil, and it's gonna be a teaser trailer. First off, Breath of the Wild definitely has gameplay ready, so I don't know why they would even do a teaser trailer. Second, the name sounds so fake and so dumb. Could this person have not picked a more realistic title? And this is where the ridiculous meter just shatters for me and just ruins this whole Nintendo Direct leak, and I honestly think this is probably fake. Now you may be asking, well, why did you even cover this in the first place if you think it's fake? Because the fact that there are so many people thinking that it's real or that it could be true, I wanted to give my thoughts on it, and because you know this was going to be tossed around in the community. In fact, I actually came across this Nintendo Direct leak while there was a post on Twitter about Kirby Fighters 2, so hopefully everyone gets this far into the video and sees that I think it's personally fake, as I put ridiculous in the title, because it's just ridiculous. I mean, the name Legend of Zelda Breath of Evil, come on. But you know, the last time I said something was fake, we got the Super Mario 35th Anniversary games that week, so what do I know? And moving on to our next topic, we have some very exciting news for Metroid Prime 4. Now, Metroid Prime 4 is a game that a lot of Nintendo Switch owners are looking forward to. And one thing I can say for sure, I don't know about you guys, but I'm picking it up on day one. And recently, in the past months, they've been collecting god tier, pun intended, developers for the new Metroid Prime game. I mean, some of these developers have worked on games like Call of Duty and Doom, and now someone who worked on God of War. So if you haven't heard yet, Retro Studios has made a huge addition to the Metroid Prime 4 game by adding the God of War level designer to its team on Metroid Prime 4. Now the game that he's worked on is 2013's God of War Ascension and 2010's God of War 3. This is fantastic news, and the fact that they're getting these massive talents for this game makes me wonder how good is this game gonna be. Now they are still looking for a lead animator slash AI designer, which leads me to believe that this game is a late 2021 game or early 22 game. It also makes me wonder if they will build this for a Switch Pro, if that is a real thing, because there have been rumors about that going on. So what do you think about these Nintendo Direct leaks and the Metroid Prime 4 hiring? Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below, and make sure you subscribe for more gaming news and Nintendo leaks and all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.